Good day, fish tankers. And you as well, Janet and Keith Waitman. I know you guys are watching. Personal jokes aside, you guys know that I've reviewed this little ACDC battery backup air pump, the Sobo SB4 series before, and I like these pumps. But I saw a new brand on the market. It's not new in South Africa. It's the Sunsun 30. There's also a bigger one that's a twin outlet, and it's also an ACDC air pump. And I saw this in a shop, and I thought we can do an unboxing and we can check out this product. This is something we always need here in South Africa because of all the power failures. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on the new Sunsun 30 battery backup air pump, then stick around. Okay, so let's take a look at the Sunsun. This one was 285 Rand. We can work it out what it is in US dollars. I'm not sure that you have these Chinese products in the US. Maybe you have them in the UK. We've got plenty of them here in South Africa. So if I recall correctly, the Sobo equivalent was about, you can get it for about 250 and all Chinese lettering. But here's some info. It only consumes 1.5 watt. That's nothing. And it produces 2 liters of air per minute. That sounds a bit less than a Sobo. That's rated at 3 liters per minute. And of course, the twin outlet one has that in each outlet times 2 then. Well, let's open the box. Okay, here's something I already like. You see it's got a adapter plug. Because in the Sobo, you haven't got that. And you have to go and buy one. And that's usually around about 100, 120 Rand. So this makes this one officially cheaper than the Sobo actually, because you don't have to buy the plug. So here's the plug, we've got that. And of course we have the cable and some airline tubing and an air stone. Same as the Sobo there, but we have the plug. So let's see. So we have a rather big air stone. Big old air stone here, about twice what you would normally find, and we have a airline piece of airline tubing. Okay, that's about standard with everything nowadays, and very big air stone, I must say. Okay, it's not going to fit into a sponge filter, but that's no big deal. You can use it without the air stone or whatever, or if you only want an air stone. And then you have the actual air pump. Now, if I compare it to the Sobo, this one is more compact, and it also comes with a little clip. It just dropped off here between my legs, but there's a little clip where you can hook it onto the tank or onto a container if you want to. And then, of course, the next thing, just quickly, I'm going to chuck these things around now. But if I compare it to the Sobo, the equivalent single outlet Sobo, this is a size comparison. So this is a very, very compact one. I've just switched on the Sobo, there it is off. And here's this one. Now if you get it, just charge it for a couple of hours until the charging indicator lights go off. That's always a good idea because it's been standing in the box for a while. And how do you do that? There's a tiny little port over here where you put the jack in. Very much like any of your other devices, same thing. There it snaps in. And this one, where did I chuck the plug? There it is. Bit of a herky-jerky thing, it's late at night, but I thought I'd do this video. And there's a plug. So you plug it in here, it charges, and then it just stays permanently plugged in like a normal air pump. And when the power goes off, the pump keeps working, and the power goes on, it charges again. Now, if I switch it on, this is more one that you push. It's not such a touchy thing that you have on a Sobo. And there you see it, there's a charge indicator, and there's a little blue light. And the blue light gives you an intermittent function. That's where you see there it goes off. Now it's going to be off for a few seconds, and then it's going to switch on again. Now that's what you do when the power is going to be out for a long time and you want to stretch the battery life. But You can just press it again. The little blue indicator light is off now, and now it's a continuous stream. That's how I like to keep them. Now, okay, let's go try this out in a tank situation. Okay guys, so there the pump is working. You can see the battery is charging as well. I gave it a bit of an extra charge before I opened up the box. I cheated a little bit there. You can see there it's plugged into that mess of wires there at the back. There is the adapter plug. And look at the stream of bubbles even through this big air stone. You know, it's not bad at all. It's definitely giving us a decent stream of bubbles there. So it'll drive a single outlet sponge filter, I think, quite well. So it will serve a purpose. And if I push this button, now it's off and it's only charging. If I push it again, there's a little blue light going on there. I don't know if it shows on the screen, that little light there. And now it's on its intermittent function. So it's going to blow bubbles and it should stop. There it goes. And now we have 1, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi. Okay, around about 10 seconds interval. And there it goes again. So far so good. But let's disconnect it from the power and see what happens then. Okay, it's on its intermittent function. I want it on continuous. Usually when it's only working on the battery, there's a slight loss of power. Very, very slight. It's almost not noticeable here. So now I'm just going to leave it running on battery power, and we're going to check it again after 4 hours or so to see what it is doing. And of course I'm not going to stand here while it works and wait for 4 hours, but just remember, this is for demonstration purposes, so I didn't put a non-return valve that prevents water backsiphoning into the airline tubing. But when you put your air pump below the aquarium or next to the aquarium below the water level, then you should always use a check valve. But this is for demonstration purposes, but because I'm going to be away for an hour, I've never actually had it happen, but it can happen. I just put the pump up top on the aquarium lid. Okay guys, so I've overslept. It's been 8 hours and it's still going strong. So that pump, this little pump, definitely gets a yes from me. Please give the video a yes as well by smashing that like button. I'll greatly appreciate it, and share among your fishy contacts. But the pump lasts 8 hours easily. It's not a very strong pump, so it's only for a smaller tank and one outlet. And another important thing is it's got a very solid casing for such a small pump, and hence it is super silent. That's also an important point. So for a small aquarium, this is a good ACDC backup air pump. And that's it from me. That's what I think of a Sunsun. I'll let you know how it does over time. And guys, please remember to subscribe. And until I see you guys again, keep taking good care of those domestic denizens of the deep.